I'm Mike Tracy. Dan Burke and myself will be demonstrating CIDE and following some packets through the CPP firewall code. In our first example, I'll demonstrate how a normal session is established to allow data to pass through the firewall. Firewall invoke is the main entry point to the firewall feature. The feature is dynamically inserted into the feature list when the firewall is enabled on an interface. This view represents the packet as it appears in General Packet Memory, or GPM. I can now apply a template over the IPv4 or TCP header section of the packet. Here we can see the IP source and destination addresses as they appear in the packet. This is the address of the client inside the firewall, and this is the address of the server. We convert to a flow log to allow us to enter the critical section of code. We now look up the session control block information. For the first packet, we can see the session control block is 0, indicating that no session exists. The packet must be a session initiator in order for us to attempt to create the new session. In this case, the packet is a TCP SYN packet. The packet is classified using the CPP TCAM. Here we can see the source address and protocol of TCP, which will match this packet. Based on the classification results, we will create a new session and inspect the packet. The session is allocated from a chunk pool and initialized. The session is locked, and layer 4 inspection is done on the packet. For TCP, this involves validating the network header and starting up the TCP state machine. If L4 inspection is passed, we then insert the session into the session database. Before releasing the session, the cacheable section of the session control block must be flushed. The session is released, and we are done processing this packet. This packet will demonstrate an attempt by an intruder to connect through the firewall from the outside. As we can see, there is currently no existing session. You can see the packet is being sent from our server to our client. This is an initiator packet. It shows a SYN request being sent from the server. But when we attempt to classify the packet, the results of the classification cause the packet to be dropped and the session to not be created. Any subsequent attempts to send packet from this source to our client result in the packet being dropped. This concludes our demonstration of CIDE and showing packets going through the CPP firewall.